welcome to the Daily Drive. Yes, we are still hanging out in my living room, but I got a little camera stand for today so I can not have to hold my phone and let my phone be all over the place. So we are here with the Daily Drive this morning. Good morning, welcome. It is Thursday, so happy Little Friday, whatever you want to call it, all of the things. Welcome to the Daily Drive. This is just how I live in my purpose twice a week. I feel like my purpose in life is to speak openly and publicly about anxiety and mental health awareness and how you can be in control of your mental health. And so I am working on a coaching career, a speaking career, and this allows me to live in that purpose a couple of times a week, and also to just share a little bit of information with y'all about anxiety, about mental health, all of those things. But I have to be honest with y'all. I don't know what's going on with my hair. It's a little greasy. I gotta be honest with y'all. I am going through this back pain, and it has taken the wind out of my sails. I am so tired. I am so sore. I have canceled plans. I have, rested. Like, I am just so tired from this back pain. It has just literally taken all the wind out of my sails. And so I have a lot of schoolwork to do today. So I am going to be on the couch working on my schoolwork today, right? But this back pain has just been overwhelming, and it's almost broken me a little bit, but there's a light here at the end of the tunnel for me, and that is because I know the chemistry of the brain and the chemicals that go into your body and all of that. And so what I am working on is encouraging those good chemicals to come out, to flow into my body. Good morning, Jordan. Good to see you. Y'all say hey, say good morning in the comments. Let me know you're here. But I am working on getting those good chemicals flowing in my body. If you've heard about dopamine, it's the feel-good chemical. It's the chemical that's released in our bodies when we're doing things that make us feel good, when we're talking to people that make us feel good, when we're, doing things for ourselves. And one of the ways, dopamine is a neurotransmitter, and so it is transmitting those good vibes, those good feelings throughout your body so that you're in a good space, right? And one of the things that helps release dopamine into your body is self-care activities, self-care practices, doing things that you enjoy, doing things that rejuvenate you. And so that's what I am working on right now while I'm working on schoolwork and the things that I can do, because I want those good, happy, feel-good chemicals to be flowing in my body and help make this back pain a little bit less prevalent in my mind, right? So I am working on self-care activities while I'm working on schoolwork today and tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day for my first couple of classes, and so I've got to make sure that everything is turned in on time, and that's my goal for today and tomorrow. And I'm encouraging the dopamine to flow while I am doing that. So I'm doing self-care things. And one of the things that I am doing for myself this week is I saw, shout out to my sister because she lets us use her HBO Max account in exchange for our Disney Plus account. But shout out to my sister for letting us have the HBO Max because I found all of the Resident Evil movies on there. And let me know drop a 1 in the comments if you know about the Resident Evil movies. I fell in love with Resident Evil when it was first a game on PlayStation, and I used to play it all the time. And then all the movies came out. The first movie came out and I loved it. Second movie came out and I loved it. And I've seen all of them a billion times. I love them. And now I am not a big fan of like gory movies. I'm not a big fan of fictional gore. I can watch documentaries on serial killers like all day long. Like, that's a solid fact. It has happened, and it's not going to come happen to me, right? Like, a fictional gory situation gives me a little bit of anxiety. But Resident Evil is like just the right amount of gore and like more mental, things for me. And so I found the Resident Evil series, and I've been watching all the movies. I just finished the third one because I started this yesterday, but I was thinking about why I love these movies, why I connect with the main character, Alice, why I enjoy watching these movies, even though I'm not really into the gory sci-fi kind of thing. And as I was sitting there thinking about it, it had me realizing why I connect to these movies and why specifically I connect to Alice, the main character of the movies. And if you're not familiar with the Resident Evil movies, basically the main character, Alice, has been infected with this virus that has now gone viral, and people are turning into it's like a zombie movie. People are turning into zombies and wanting to eat each other and all of that kind of thing. And Alice, her character is controlled by the Umbrella Corporation that controls all of this stuff. She is like their experiment, right? And so all throughout these movies, she is, fighting off zombies, and she's, being the strong, like, badass female character. And so I was thinking about why I relate to her. And this morning, it kind of started to connect with me. She has this like thing inside of her, right? Like, they've infected her. They are supposed to be in control of her mind. They are supposed to be the ones in control of what she's doing. She has this thing inside of her. It seems like it's out of her control, and she is, her purpose is to be their weapon, their creation, right? But she deep down knows that that's not right. And so all throughout the movie series, even though she has this thing inside of her that seems like it's out of her control, she still fights for good. She still fights to help survivors of this apocalypse. She still helps to go to the Umbrella Corporation and shut them down so they can't keep doing this stuff. Even though she has this like thing inside of her, she still fights for good and still fights to be in control. And that had me thinking about anxiety and mental health issues, depression, things that come up in your mind, right? We feel like it's out of control. We feel like we just have this thing inside of us that like someone else is in control of, that we can't do anything about. We just feel like it's out of our control, right? And the truth is, we can control that. When we choose to be stronger, when we choose to fight through that, we can be in control of that. And so at one point in the movie, she comes up on this big pit, and the pit is full of clones of her. It's all of these versions of her that the Umbrella Corporation created and put through all of these tests, and she ended up dying from them. And it's this big pit of all of these like old versions of her. And it had me thinking about looking at old versions of yourself and how you've grown and how your mental health is in your control, how your anxiety is in your control. So she comes up on this pit of all of her old selves, and she has to accept that that's happened in the past, and she gets to carry on and continue to fight this purpose, right? She doesn't succumb to this thing that's inside of her that seems to be out of her control. And it just had me thinking about that connection and our mental health, and that it seems like anxiety and depression and whatever mental health struggle you're going through, it seems like it's out of your control, but it's really not. You can feel emotions, you can maneuver through life, you can choose to redirect your mind, to redirect your thoughts, to release those chemicals in your body that give you the right feelings. So don't succumb to that thing that you feel like is inside of you that's out of your control. Take control, choose to do something to release that dopamine back into your body, right? I am going to do some devotions and some other kind of stuff today to get my mind in the right place and fight through the anxiety that I feel, the back pain that I'm feeling, right? Sometimes the hardest things are the most rewarding. By the end of I don't want to give you all the spoiler alerts, but by the end of the Resident Evil series, she's in control to the point where she can, manipulate. It's science fiction, so she can manipulate things with her mind. She can do certain things. She's at the point where she's in control because she's seen this pit of all of her old selves. She's been through all of these things. Each movie in the series, she's stronger and stronger and getting better with her skills and powers and whatever you want to call it. And that's how our mental health is. The more you incorporate mental health practices that specifically change your limited thoughts and redirect your mind to release that dopamine. Remember, when you think about gratitude, you're releasing those chemicals that are associated with joy and bliss and calm. So when you take control and you do that every day and you make it a practice, guess what? You get stronger and stronger every day. And even when you get to a point in your life where you feel like it's out of your control, if you're already doing these practices, you can take control of that. I can promise you that a year ago, if this back pain was hitting me, I would be shutting down. I probably would be not finishing my classes, taking whatever grade I get. My house would be more of a mess than it already is. I would be shut down because I didn't know that I could change that. I could redirect that. I could be in control. So remember, when you're feeling those moments that are out of control, when you feel like mental health is just this thing that's inside of you and it's out of your control and you can't do anything about it, remember that sometimes the hardest things can be the most rewarding. And even though it feels hard to sit down and unpack your mental health and get to the bottom of your triggers and figure out how you can be stronger and better every day, that seems hard. It's going to be rewarding in the long run because you're going to get better, you're going to get stronger, you're going to be the one that's in control sooner, right, than flying on that autopilot and letting autopilot take control. And at the end of the third movie, I was just watching the third movie, at the end of the third Resident Evil movie, Alice comes into this room and she's just looking at all of these clones of herself that haven't been released yet. It's all of these blank canvases of herself that she can help, she can mold, she can do this with this one and this with this one. And we're the same way. You can mold your mental health. You can take control of it. You can visualize the version or versions of yourself that you want to be. My goal in life is to give a TED Talk, to be a mental health motivational speaker, whatever you want to call it, to be a life coach, to write books, to travel and speak about mental health. That is my goal in life. And the things that I do daily, the versions of me that I see and visualize, are those blank canvases that I can take control of and be the one to shape them. So remember that you can be in control of those hormones, those chemicals in your body. When you are doing self-care practices, when you are remembering the things that you enjoy that make you feel good, you're releasing those happy chemicals into your body. And guess what? Even if that's something like watching a movie that you enjoy. I have always loved the Resident Evil series, and I am enjoying taking a couple days to watch the movies and do some important things in between and get myself right and be me and be in control, right? I'm enjoying that. And that's because that dopamine is coming along with it, because I'm taking care of myself. So do the things that make you feel good. Self-care activities make you feel good and release that dopamine. Look at your old self or old selves and learn from that. How can you move forward from here? How can you look at all your new blank canvases and create what you want, right? The hardest things can sometimes be the most rewarding. And so throughout these movies, Alice is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. She's going through these experiences and learning from them and meeting people and just being stronger in general because she's learning and growing and not giving up, right? So the hardest things oftentimes are the most rewarding. Take control of the chemicals in your body by doing things that make you feel good. And remember, don't succumb. Don't give in when it feels like it's out of your control. When it feels like something is in there that you can't do anything about. Don't just succumb to that and live in that. Alice didn't give in to the virus that was in her body, to the Umbrella Corporation that was supposed to be in control of her. She didn't give in to any of that. She continued to fight through the whole series, becoming stronger and stronger and stronger and helping people as much as she could along the way, right? So remember that you can take control. You can fight for the good inside of you and be in control. Do things that make you feel good. Release that dopamine into your body by doing self-care activities, even if it's something like watching a movie series because it makes you happy. I'm going to get off of here and turn on the 4th Resident Evil movie while I do some other stuff that is, kind of lingering in my mind. And guess what? I'm going to enjoy it and I'm going to be stronger for it, because I'm not giving in to the anxiety of the back pain or the anxiety of everything that I have to do. I am in control of that and staying in control. So take a page out of Alice from Resident Evil's book and continue to get stronger. Continue to fight for the good that you know is inside of you. The hardest things are often the most rewarding. The more you're in control and you fight the Umbrella Corporation, the more you control your dopamine and your chemicals, the easier it will become. And you'll look at yourself a year from now and realize that you're an even stronger version of yourself than you are right now in this moment. So take control of your mind, take control of those chemicals, do the things that make you feel good, make mental health practices and becoming unlimited a daily thing for you so that you can continue to become stronger and stronger. And if you haven't watched Resident Evil, give it a try. They're decent. All of them are on HBO Max. If you have, let me know what your favorite things about the movie are. Let me know what your favorite movie is. This is one of my favorite movie series, and I am going to go watch the 4th one now. But take a page out of Alice's book. Get stronger. Don't give in to that thing that's inside of you. I love y'all so much, and I appreciate every single person that watches, that lurks, that comments, that likes, that says hey. And so today, we're just all fighters. We are fighting our mental health. We're fighting for ourselves. We're fighting for our families. We are fighters in the most energizing, motivated, positive way. We're not fighting a never-ending battle, a losing battle. We're fighting a battle that we can be in control of. So we're all fighters. You're going to go in the joy jar as soon as I get off of here. Do me a favor and check out dailydrivecoaching.com. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. Put your email address in. You'll get content from me. You can see all of these daily drives for a while back now, and you can see blog posts and all kinds of things. There's a lot of new stuff happening in the world of Becoming Unlimited and Daily Drive Coaching, and you can get all those updates on dailydrivecoaching.com. If you're not part of my Becoming Unlimited Facebook group, it's tagged here in this video, or you can let me know. You can search Becoming Unlimited on Facebook. You get these daily drives there, plus a little bit more content about unlimiting your thoughts and just a community of support so that you know you're not unpacking and going through all of this stuff alone. That's a free community of support on Facebook, Becoming Unlimited. If you're catching Daily Drive Coaching on YouTube, do me a favor and hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and turn on notifications for all of my social media everywhere. Becoming Unlimited, Sarah Ives, Daily Drive Coaching, because I will never ask for a fee for what I do here on social media. I just ask that you help me spread mental health awareness and continue to break the stigmas around mental health by connecting with me, subscribing, turning on notifications, commenting, tagging a friend, sharing a video, all of those things. That's what helps me get closer to my goals of where I want to be in life. And I appreciate it so much when y'all help me out with that. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Remember that you can be in control of those good chemicals in your body, and the more you take control by doing things that make you feel good, the easier it becomes and the stronger you get. Like Alice from Resident Evil getting stronger with every movie, you are going to get stronger every day mentally and be able to become more resilient and handle things just easier, because you have that dopamine flowing in you. I love y'all so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for still tuning in my living room instead of my office. I appreciate that. I'm going to be back in my office as soon as my husband and I can get in there and get it cleaned up. But I love you. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to be like Alice and just continue to get stronger every day. Be in control of your mental health and your dopamine by doing those things that make you feel good and becoming stronger for it. I love y'all so much. I will see you soon.